rápido que el tráfico en el Palmetto. Florida Restoration Master llega el mismo día con cámaras térmicas, plan de acción y contención total. Limpiamos, reparamos y dejamos tu casa como nueva. Mapa de humedad y estimado gratis el mismo día. Garantía de 30 días contra reaparición del moho. La temporada de tormentas se llena rápido. Llama ya al 877-778-5491. Repito, 877-778-5491. Florida Restoration Master. Respira tranquilo esta noche.
¿Sufre de dolores musculares, calambres, hernias discales, dolor de espalda, cuello o articulaciones? Presentamos Flexador, el gel analgésico más increíble del planeta. Su fórmula avanzada actúa rápidamente aliviando el dolor y dándole la libertad de moverse sin molestias. Ideal para deportistas, personas activas o cualquier persona que quiera decirle adiós al dolor. No espere más. Visite radiomundomiami.com y ordene su Flexadol hoy mismo. Flexadol, alivio real cuando más lo necesita. ¿Sabías que hay adultos con discapacidades que sueñan con una oportunidad de trabajar y sentirse parte de algo más grande? En Bright Futures Foundation les damos esa oportunidad, les enseñamos, los capacitamos y, más importante, le damos dignidad a través del trabajo. Y hoy, tú puedes ser parte de este cambio. ¿Cómo? Muy fácil, con una donación u ofreciendo una pasantía en tu empresa. No te cuesta nada y puede significarlo todo para ellos. Visítanos en brightfuturesvocational.org o llámanos al 305-244-5883. 305-244-5883. Síguenos en redes sociales y comparte esta bendición. Bright Futures Foundation, dando esperanza, creando oportunidades. Desde los hermosos atardeceres de Santorini, nos llega al corazón de Miami un nuevo concepto de comida latina en fusión egea, en Bargin, un restaurante de familia que te da una experiencia de 5 estrellas. En cada plato y en cada detalle crean un espacio sofisticado y acogedor, perfecto para saborear momentos inolvidables. Bargin. Estamos a la orden de tu gusto, en el 1010 de la 8 calle del Southwest. Haz tu reservación al 305-707-8904 o visítanos en bargin.com.
UnoNext Latino, el número 1 en tu hogar.
Las opiniones y comentarios expresados en este programa son responsabilidad exclusiva de sus participantes y no reflejan necesariamente la postura de Uno Holdings Group, UnoNext, UnoNext Latino o UnoNext News Radio.
Welcome everybody, welcome to UnoNext and the Standard Podcast. I'm here today with José Pepi Granado, expert in criminology, expert in so many fields that have to do with the law, ex-military, ex-police officer, correct? Yep. Well, he's also part of UnoNext, the host here, so I'm very happy to be interviewing him. But today, you know, I have so many questions, so many legal questions. I literally stopped him in the hall and I was bombarding him with questions, but the main question I want to talk about, you've been following the Charlie Kirk case.
Yep.
Okay. There's so many conspiracies out here, you know, and I'm like stuck in the middle, right? Because a lot of people have decided already, he's guilty.
Right.
30-40% of the people are like, there's no way he's guilty. There's no way he did all this stuff. But here's what comes down to it. We just heard yesterday or Friday that this guy disassembled the weapon. So first he's going to the rooftop. He has the rifle loaded. He has the rifle assembled. He has it in his pants. He's limping. We see him limping up the stairs. We see him limping across the campus. And all of a sudden, he takes a shot, right? He disassembles in milliseconds the rifle, right? Then he puts it in his pants, right? Then he jumps off the building. Then he runs away, assembles it again behind the house that now belongs to Palantir, which if everybody knows who Palantir is, a publicly traded company that does military funding, military weapons and military, bunch of stuff for the military and the U.S. government. The biggest owners of that company are a bunch of Vanguard, BlackRock, who are a bunch of Jewish CEOs, right? So all these things happening. So the question is, I mean, you've studied this, you've known this. Do you know the mindset of these criminals? You've written 3 books. We're going to talk about that now. Can all this be possible?
Look, in a conspiracy theory, everything is possible. That's why it's a conspiracy. You come up with all kinds of, it could have been this, could we have done that, or whatever. Okay, so you mentioned Palantir. But let's take it from, and I always say like this, when we do a victimology, when we do the study of the case, the first thing that I like to do is the scene itself, right? So what do we have? We have a university, open campus. We have a very high level profiled individual, Charlie Kirk, that does his thing, and we have that controversy. Yeah. Why? Because he's controversial. He brings out either the good or the bad. That's how I look at it. But everyone that's there is pro Charlie Kirk to a certain degree, and then you have those that want to come in and give their 2 cents worth. Here's an individual that just did not like Charlie Kirk's politics. Right. So Tyler Robinson is already fixated in his mind that he's going to do something because he can't stand it anymore. Okay, good. So he goes into the university, has access to the university, and yes, he's limping. We see that on the video. He goes up into the what we call a sniper's perch. Yep. He sets it up. And right when one least expects, he takes the shot. He quasi breaks down the weapon, and puts it in his pants again, comes down the stairs, goes quasi limping across, because everybody says he's on a full sprint. He's not. He's still doing that little limping across with the thing, puts it back in, wraps it up, hides it, in the hopes of coming back to get it. Commits this heinous act that everyone saw, because if the initial footage that everybody sees it, you actually saw the assassination. Right. So what happens is that all of a sudden now he starts doing his thing. He makes the call to his lover, his roommate, starts telling him how he had to do it, giving him instructions on what to do. So he's leaving a digital footprint. He's leaving a trace of evidence that's incredible. So we have the casing, we have did the casings match the bullet inside Charlie's body? Because the bullet stayed in the body. Right, no. So the fragments that were removed, so what happens is when the bullet goes into unless it's a pristine bullet, you're going to get, what they got from Charlie Kirk was a fragment.
Got it.
So you can say that it's a possibility. There's a good chance that it comes from that weapon, from that round, but they cannot say it came exactly from there because it was just destroyed. And that's what I'm getting, because I don't have the file in front of me. So based on what was introduced. So that's one theory that's brought up, which is fine. But they also have the writings on the casings, which matches exactly what the lover said in testimony this week. And let me tell you something, this is a week of testimony.
Yeah, I've seen it.
This is almost unheard of. I mean, when it comes to, and this is just to determine whether or not they're going to proceed with a capital case. So what happens?
So he's already guilty. They're just wanting to see if they're...
Oh, no, they haven't. No, he's been accused.
Has he
He's
admitted?
Been charged.
Has he admitted that he's guilty? Or has he always said, I'm not guilty?
Oh, no, he confessed to his lover, and he confessed it in writing.
But not to the police department, not to the FBI?
Not that I'm aware, no.
Okay, so this was all writing to his lover.
Yes, and notes like the manifestos that everybody leaves nowadays because everybody wants to have that 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So what we have is an individual that commits the crime or allegedly commits the crime. So we'll always say allegedly. The state has enough with the evidence that they've collected that they have him. He turned himself in.
Yeah.
So and the funny thing is he used
his parents turned him in.
Yeah, he used his grandfather's rifle.
Right.
So when everything was brought up, his parents are the ones that got him in. So
They convinced him to turn himself in.
correct. So once he's there, you're good. So let's just say all things considered, the evidence that's presented by the state this past week was overwhelming. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And overwhelming in the sense that the judge could have at any given time stopped it by Friday and said, listen, we have enough to proceed. But he's given them now until August to bring their briefs so that he can review what they're going to have arguing on September 1st, because he gave them. So we have a week of pretty much presenting your case. You have until August to prepare your brief to let the judge know, listen, this is what we're going to talk about. This is our final. This is going to be our argument. This is going to be our arguments on September 1st. And on September 1st, they have 4 hours to bring final arguments on the case. And
There's no more witnesses interviewed because I know they brought
Not
in.
now, no, because this is just, like I said, this is a preliminary hearing. And this is just to determine whether or not it's going to go forward, either going to be a trial by a jury or a capital case. Because remember that you've got, in Utah, death penalty exists.
Yeah.
So, I think the judge is Judge Graff is just going overly cautious to make sure that nothing
he's
gets
going
overturned.
over all the points.
Yeah.
But here's my thought. You know, on paper, on video, in court, this guy's guilty.
Right.
Everybody say case closed.
Correct.
But could there be a possibility in you and the criminology experience that you've seen?
Mm-hmm.
Could somebody tap on his shoulder and say, listen, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill your mom. We're going to kill your dad. We're going to kill everybody. Let me show you some video of who we've killed, and let me show you how we do this.
Right.
Nobody ever finds out. Everybody's dead. Now, you either admit that you're at fault and take one for the family, and don't say nothing. The minute you say you're not guilty, everybody's going to disappear in your family, and including your little lover.
Right.
Okay? Maybe his lover was the one who did this. Could there be a possibility, even a small possibility, that this is possible?
That is very X-Files. That is.
Have you ever seen, like, I know in Colombia, this is not, so you take me to Colombia, this is not too far.
Oh, no. But
they kidnap you, they tell you,
you would
ransom.
Have to, right. Okay, so circumstances are a little bit different. And the types of crimes are a little bit different. And just based on, and again, I'm looking at the case alone. If this would have been, I don't know, now that we're going down that road, if we're talking about, let's just say, a guy that's from the government or a guy that works with an agency or something and he does this.
But this is a random guy.
But this is someone off the rails that he is so under the radar that the only thing that brought him to light was this.
It's just so many weird things, including that old man, George, whatever his name is, that started saying, I did it. His pants fall. They arrest him. They let him go a few hours later because they didn't find any weapons. Like,
you know what happens is that, why
would somebody even do that?
Because,
number one, it adds to the whole conspiracy.
Well, so the good thing about working investigations is that when you work the investigations, the evidence leads you to the case.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. All the leads put you there. Good. We don't live in a world of conspiracy because I can't. That's not going to get me the bad guy. So I have to follow the evidence. And
as a law enforcement, you're saying?
Correct.
FBI,
all of them.
Police officer. Follow the evidence, conspiracy. But you don't start thinking of possibilities.
Oh, you always listen. You always have a
cases?
theory. You always come up with a theory. You always come up with some kind of ideas of what could it be that, because he had so many enemies.
Yeah.
That of course. Now, would there be a possibility, like you're suggesting, that maybe in the off chance that somebody, but at the end of the day, he committed, let's just say, the heinous act that he did,
Right.
and it just so happens that he did the job that somebody else wanted to do but didn't? Why would they even come up to the surface to even say, hey, listen, if you want to say you did it, you did it. And if you want to say you don't, okay, then say you whatever. It's not going to affect me one way or the other because the deed is done.
I would listen, if I had unlimited funds and I
Right.
wanted to do something like this, I would knock on somebody's door, get a weak link, probably find somebody who's mentally challenged slightly, show him a few videos of what we've done,
Right.
make him have show him a good time. And, he goes both ways or one way.
That would probably be more in line when you're dealing with the narco trafficking with some kind of high stakes.
Yeah, but
deal.
what's the difference between a high narco trafficker like Pablo or
Yeah,
like
but-
El Chapo and then some Jewish,
Right,
guru?
but the thing, right, but okay, so
Mogul
the
with a lot of
motivation,
money.
two different motivations. So here we go. So the motivation, Charlie Kirk,
That goes to the motive.
you have to really go into the motivation for someone to put out a hit on someone like that.
Yeah.
What's the motivation on that one? Is he gonna make them money? Is he doing anything that's going to go against whatever business? No, he's not. His whole thing was what? Conservatism and a style that is really the big argument nowadays.
Yeah.
Of my life is like this and my life, and you wanted it to be like this. No, he just believed in a conservative Judeo-Christian values. And, when we're looking at these other elements, the darker elements, there's more nefarious stuff behind that, where they're doing something, and then they're going to come to your house and say, listen, if you do it, if you don't do it, you see your whole family, they're gone.
Yeah.
And then okay. And I'll, or like in The Godfather, when Santangeli goes and testifies, he goes, hey, back in the day, and guess who came to visit you in trial? Your brother.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he does what he has to do.
That's right.
But that's, no. I think that's
way out there.
Yeah,
Conspiracy.
that is way out there, I think.
Well, that's what's happening. That's the division, by the way.
Yeah.
Then you got these Egyptian planes, unmarked Egyptian planes, all of a sudden taking off and landing without anybody finding them in the radar. Like, there's just so much stuff going on.
Yes.
The noise.
Right. The thing that I have discovered, and I'm a little bit older, is that social media, the platforms that are out there, there is so much to drop that they run with everything.
Yeah.
And people literally they really get so fixated on
and stressed
that yes. And I'm going, are you kidding me? I mean, just look at with Nancy Guthrie. Look at how crazy that went.
Yeah, but that is a crazy case too.
Which it is.
This is like you say, a sci-fi case.
Yes.
What the hell? They haven't found anybody, no evidence.
But they blew that one from jump and on
because the police
on the
didn't
show.
let the police department didn't let the FBI
if you
in
think
for weeks,
if
for
you think
days.
about it, and for those who haven't, I mean, if you listen to Lotería de Crimen Detrás de la Cinta Amarilla on this same network months ago during that time period, I brought out that they blew that case the moment that they kept on opening up that crime scene and closing
People
it
were
up.
cleaning the pool, and they were like, "What the hell?"
So
was
how
that?
can you not? You're gonna always be behind the eight ball because you're losing evidence, and you can't replace evidence once you lost it. It's just impossible. There's no way. So yeah, it's crazy.
Man, I just know there's so much conspiracy. I'm gonna continue following the case. I know this guy's gonna get found guilty, but
I'll
unless
be
he
honest
says,
with you.
why wouldn't he just say? Why wouldn't he just say, come out right now and say, listen, guys, I'm guilty. That's it. There's no questions. I did it.
You know what? I believe that
If
at
he
some
did all
point,
this with the text and the thing, if you're guilty and you have all this evidence,
I think that
I'm
based.
guilty. What is he gonna?
I think that based on the evidence that they have, and I think that if the state was to present where they were to remove the death penalty, that might be. But I think that the state has such overwhelming evidence, and I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, what they've presented. They haven't shown it all. I think that if they wanted to, and I think this is what they want to do, they're going to go all out and go to trial.
Okay.
And, get him convicted.
Just so that no capital punishment.
Yeah, well, if they
That's
go...
the main objective of this case right now, and the defense.
For the defense would be great. I think that if you were to present the defense where he was to take a guilty plea to the charges and there is no death penalty, waive it, I think that he would take it and spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah, I don't think,
But I think that the state has enough evidence to
prosecute him and put him down.
Yes,
100%.
for sure.
Capital punishment.
Yes.
And I think that's going to happen as well, especially in Utah.
I believe so. But you know what? It's like everything else. I always tell people that even when you are 100% or you think that you're 100% solid, all you need is one juror, two jurors, just to create a little bit of reasonable doubt. That reasonable doubt is, let me tell you.
I mean, there's a lot of reasonable doubt here. Like he hasn't admitted that he did it. He just conversation. It could have been playing around. It could have been joking. It could have been.
No, he did. No, well, I look at it from.
Could have been somebody who's not right in the head, mental health. I mean, listen, he doesn't look like he's mentally there anyway. He definitely looks like he has some mental health issues. I don't know, but
you see, okay, so right there, so think of it like this. It looks like he has some mental health issues. He doesn't, but I don't know. Well, then you can't say he has mental health issues. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
So you see, that's where we have
that's where the conspiracy starts.
Yes, and that's where we get into it. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? It's like, but let me tell you, this is every day when I'm out there and I talk to people left and right. This is constant, and you're like,
this is life.
Yeah,
in the law enforcement.
But there is that side of society where I think that we have seen so many of these TV shows, the reality shows, that we put ourselves in this world where I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
What do you think about Candace Owens and all her conspiracies?
She's off the rails.
She's going down.
You know what? We have a lot of
down the well. She's searching.
It's amazing to me how we have a lot of people with influence that really have gone off the rails.
Do you think she does it just for clicks, or do you think she actually cares?
I mean, think about it. I don't think she needed much to get clicks. She was getting millions of people listening to her constantly.
Yeah. But now it's hundreds of thousands and millions.
I mean, yeah, but it's
millions.
But because of, you never know what's going to come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
So you say something crazy, and all of a sudden, that's legit. That's why shows
people believe her. And Tucker.
Yes, that's another. Again, those are things that I get it. Listen, you wanna wave the flag on one thing, okay, fine, but you're gonna go down with the ship on that one. I mean, there's just certain things that comes out of their mouths where I sit there and I'm like in awe. But then, listen, you have all these other, Charlemagne the God, and you have all of these others that come up with all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Bill Maher and whatever. But at least you have some kind of balance somewhere. Yeah. But these people just are like, they don't let it go.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
And they don't see
hundreds of hours of them talking about this.
Yes.
Millions and millions of views.
Listen, let me tell you, this is one of those deals where we can sit here for hours upon hours, days upon days, and just discuss
the conspiracies don't stop.
Yeah, because they don't on everything.
All right, last question. Mm-hmm. Did Epstein kill himself?
Oh, my God. We went from one thing to Epstein. I haven't really.
This is another conspiracy.
No, listen. I honestly, I have not seen the autopsy report.
The video disappears. Like, this is bizarre. The video disappears the minute he killed himself.
Yeah.
There's like a minute and a half to. I don't know how many minutes, but it disappears from the recording.
Right.
When he killed.
It wasn't recording
what are the chances
at the time.
Of this?
Yeah. I mean, look. With that one, I can. Truth be told, I could see the conspiracy on that one only because of the amount of people and the names that were on the list.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine. So I can see the conspiracies going on. I have not seen the medical examiner report on that one, so I can't tell you.
But the medical examiner is going to say whatever you want it to say.
Right. I mean, but sometimes, well, look, I'll be honest with you. The medical examiner report on the George Floyd case. He died from the overdose. He didn't die from being choked. For strangulation. He didn't die from that. So, but they made it, but everything that you listen to, you say he was strangled.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not the cause of death.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's where you get all kinds of stuff that floats out there. And whatever, it's like they say that spaghetti on the wall.
Yeah.
Whichever
Whatever
strand,
sticks.
yes, whatever, that's the one. We're going to go with that one. We're going to go with that one. And that's.
It just leaves so much things open, you know, so many
It does.
unanswered questions.
But doesn't it make for great conversation, though?
100%. 100%. So, okay, so I got one more question. This is the final.
Okay, here we go.
So who's calling the shots
On which one?
on all this? Who calls the shots when things like this go? First, there was Hillary Clinton who would call the shot, or the Clintons, let's say, they call the shots. People disappear. Nobody found out. Then it was Obama. You know
what? Look,
their chef disappears, drowns himself. Like, what the hell's going on?
I know. And then if you go back to Kennedy, the pilot died. The first mate that did this died. Everybody.
Is there somebody calling the shots? Illuminati? What they
Oh, there is,
call,
yeah.
what they
Oh,
call
my
the
God.
Illuminati
Here
in the
we go.
United States? Is there these guys
that
that call the shots,
man,
or you
wow.
think that
the New World Order?
not so much? I don't.
Listen.
You know, I believe maybe there's somebody that wants that, but I don't think that there's a New World Order organization.
Wow, that.
But who calls the shots here?
Now we're really going into somewhere else. Look, I'll be honest with you. There are powerful people, and we can't deny that. Do they sit around like the puppet master? You know, I mean, do they wield that kind of power to say, you know, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and it's going to be taken care of now? I don't think, if it is, it's not at that level to where they're that exposed. If it is, it's going to be someone like the Wizard of Oz, behind the big curtain where you don't know.
Well, look, there's people that donated $100 million to Trump.
Yeah.
Right? There's people that have so much money, they can make anything disappear.
Oh, no, listen.
Anybody disappear.
You have all kinds of people that have all kinds of money and have, you know, that's the game that they play. They play that game. When you're at that level, you're playing a game that I don't think that we even know where the board is.
Yeah.
Because they're at
a different level.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of these, you know, oh my God, these organizations, the Freemasons, supposedly they were evil. Now they're not. There's just so many things going on, right?
If you're gonna go down that road and you read and you're able to pick up the Protocols of the Elders of Zion.
Elders of Zion. I'm gonna read that book.
And that you find it if you can.
So tell me about your books. You have 3 books.
Ooh, my books. So I have 3 books. The first one is the Homicide Manifesto. It's a technical. So if you really want to learn how investigations of major crimes are conducted, the Homicide Manifesto is what got me started.
Wow.
The second book, Cry Tears of Blood, was a case that I worked that was so gut-wrenching that it haunted me for many years. And really, from 92. And when I wrote that book in 2025, I purged all those demons.
Wow.
And the one that just came out now that's up, I'm a finalist for an award now for the International Independence Award for books. Between Marble and Bronze, The Hunt for a Monster. That's based on a serial killer in Miami.
Wow. I can't wait to read that one.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed the show, thank you so much for listening. Jose, Pepi, Granado in the house. This podcast, this show has been sponsored by booksnow.ai. If you like to read books, if you like to publish your own book, check out booksnow.ai. You'll have some fun. Pepi, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, listen, my pleasure. Bring me back again. We'll keep talking conspiracies. I love it.
All right, guys. Next one.